And then you never know when it's going to be, Brandon Hauk in the house.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I think we're live. Are we live right now? Probably live right now. For the 200th time, we're going to be making a show here. Comedeorological report, comedy meteorology report, with Frankie McDonald coming in at 7 p.m. as per usual. Brandon Hauk's probably already in the house. Are you there, Brandon?
Oh. I'm in the house. Yes.
Brandon's in the house. Kenny, settle down. Suddenly, Kenny thinks it's playtime, but no.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
showtime. Look what you did, Brandon. You got the
what
dog.
I did. I got the dog all wound up.
That's
what I do.
Worked right up now. Out of control. Hey, how's your day been? Hey, and Hilding Donaldson's here, by the way, too, everybody.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yep.
He's here.
I got
under the name user.
Yeah, I got a new computer and it hasn't gotten my name yet.
Ah.
I got my old friend McDonald Stainsby here, too. We'll get him on to talk here at some point in the next while. And I'm setting up the show as per usual. What's the deal today, Brandon? What's the headlines?
What's the headlines today? You really want to know the headlines today?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait till the show?
Well, we need a little bit of it now, too, The tornado warnings in Sask today.
Just one little tornado warning. Nothing. Yesterday's storm was a lot more intense with rotation. Today's, I didn't really think there was much rotation in today's, so. Then after I stopped the live video, they ended the tornado warnings. I was like, perfect. Oh, nice. Still a couple storms producing Toonie-sized hail in the Albertville area there of Saskatchewan, Candle Lake. Up north there. Things settled down in the south for now. And lightning is... I should move this over here so don't get to hear all the lightning going sparkity, spark, spark, spark over there.
We like to hear the spark, spark, spark.
Okay. I'll move it back to the storm. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
What happened with your little storm there yesterday?
Oh, yeah. It was crack-a-lack. Oh, it was not crack. It was more than crack-a-lack, and it was cracking and banging after we ended the live stream there. So we had CG strikes close by. So all of a sudden, CG started getting going after it ended the live stream.
Oh. Good thing you were safe.
Oh, yeah. I watched it all right here. Sit right here. It was the whole show is right out the window here. So it was perfect. Perfect place.
Oh, Ryan Vaudelanen's coming in.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I bet he's in Vancouver.
Yes, he would be.
Who's in Vancouver? Me?
Yeah.
I am for now.
Hey, man.
But I need storms next week, and I'm counting on you there, Mr. Hook, to bring me some.
Okay.
I arrive on the prairies with a Washingtonian on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
What happened with your, we'll ask you all about this when it's like recording time for the radio show, but what happened with your tornado chasing down in Oklahoma?
I had lots of fun.
Did you get any naders?
I got 3.
Hell yeah.
4, actually.
I'm seeing you were hanging out with Reed Timmer.
Yeah.
Legend.
We drove past his place. He took somebody commented today about him driving the Dominator to some town, and they're like, oh, this isn't good when he shows up with this. I'm like, when we showed up, he had just got back from buying shoes driving the Dominator.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's lost the keys for Dom 4.
Oh, yeah.
So he refuses to go and get a new set of keys done for the Dom 4, and instead is driving the Dom 3.
So he's going to the golf course, Yeah.
Yes.
Deploy. Goes in and gets some shoes.
Yes.
That's wild. That's a great story.
Yeah.
I knew I liked his style.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's great. It's 200th episode tonight, right?
Awesome.
And, we're on 4 radio stations now. Of course, CFUR still in Prince George, and CKUW in Winnipeg, and CFBX in Kamloops. And now we're broadcasting, I think we are already, on CHLS 100.5 in Lillooet. Big time.
Lillooet even.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
closer and closer to the lower mainland here.
Yeah. Well, we're coming in like sort of like buzzards or something.
Apparently.
So the weather's been just crappy here for a long time, but look, there's like the end of it's coming just in time for showtime. It's
There you
finally
go.
not raining in Wells all day. Excellent.
We need the rain, so it's all good. Keeps the forest
Yes.
fires at bay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll go broke if it keeps raining, but yes, I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
It's already been smoky down here, and it's all being sent our way from up there. So, although I guess it's Fort Nelson that really needs it.
Yeah.
Meteorologist Mark Ingalls is now entering the studio.
Hello.
But from his hospital bed or from his living room? Great, it's from the living room.
It is from the living room. That's right.
Well, that's great. So, yeah, how did that go in the hospital there, Mark? It's good to see you're okay. Did they remove that sixth finger you had?
Yeah, I have all 9 fingers now. Um, yeah, I figured I was gonna talk a little bit about it on the show, but we're not totally sure what happened. I definitely have heart damage. The current theory is that I had a sort of mini stroke that cleared on its own, without causing any permanent damage. But
Wow.
I've got tests lined up over the next couple of weeks. Alicia's been taking care of me. We've had lots of support here locally, so we're doing pretty good.
Well, that's crazy, man. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too. I spent a day and a half in the hospital, I think. Um, and luckily, it's just that I only went to Peace Arch, which is about a kilometer from here. So Alicia was able to go back and forth between the house and taking care of Acalia, and we had lots of support from the church, and like my work is being very supportive. Um, so there are definitely worse ways that this could have gone. I went on a 4 kilometer walk today though, and I was a little winded afterwards, but I feel pretty okay. Um, so yeah, that's the news here. I figure I'll say this all again on the show.
Yeah, well, still, I can't not ask you about it right away. So,
Yeah, well, I knew it was coming, and I was actually like I'm definitely glad to be home, but I was slightly bummed because I was ready. Like I was gonna have Alicia bring my laptop in, set it up on the little table that they can wheel over your bed there, and hospital gown and everything. That would have been funny.
I want to see your view from your patio.
My patio?
Yeah.
Well, it's raining outside.
Well, I know, but see, look at this.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of this view.
The hospital's right here, actually.
Yep.
you could have had
Well,
a
if
zip
you're
line.
jealous of the view,
I'm not
yeah,
moving.
I'm afraid of heights. No, if you're jealous of the view, you can come visit.
Yes, I will.
I am your friend that just had a mini stroke. You can come say hi.
Yes. And then walked 4 kilometers today. Good for you.
I found 2 geocaches yesterday, actually, after being discharged. We had to take the car to Coquitlam to get the tire patched.
Yeah.
And we took Acalia to a playground, like by bus. We didn't walk over there. We took Acalia to the playground that was kind of nearby, and there were 2 geocaches in that park. And I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's get them.
You know I work in Port Coquitlam, right? You should have phoned me.
Oh, that's right. I should have. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yes. I work out there now.
Let's see. What should I put on my TV so that I look like I'm a real weatherman?
The Weather Network.
The Weather Network? No, that's copyright. Maybe we'll put
I guess not. No.
What about the Comedeorological report?
well, no, I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna put the radar on there.
Hey, good one. Yeah.
See how this looks. Okay.
Radar it up.
Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just have this in the background. I'll slide it over. And we'll just animate it, and that's the background.
There you go. Most of the fire danger in BC is very, very scant. It's up in that, the real story still is that upper corner there, upper northeast corner of Fort Nelson. Yukon has had increasing danger after, a good solid week of heat they had there, right? And that
Yeah.
heat went into Alaska like we were talking about last week, and now as well in Northwest Territories. So that's kind of where the fire stories are. Things really chilled out for Saskatchewan and Manitoba, didn't they?
They've
For
been
now.
getting some good rains, so it's good.
Oh, this is a nice site.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you this one, fire map. I don't know if I like it better than Firms for boundaries and stuff in some ways, but it's still a neat way to kind of look at things. And I do like the global 3D sort of graphic, right?
Yeah, I love the 3D stuff just in general. It really helps to portray, like on weather maps, it really helps to portray, the motion of things, especially on continental scales. Like we'll a lot of times in the fall and winter, we'll get storms that originate in like Mongolia and then come across the North Pole, right? And it's like they on a typical map, it looks like it curves up towards Alaska and then down BC. But in reality, when you look at the globe, it's a straight line from Mongolia over the pole to BC. Yeah, that's a good way of showing it. So instead of going up and around like it would show on a normal map, it'd just go in a straight line, Mongolia, Alaska, BC.
Right.
And a typical map just doesn't capture that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Look at all the fires in Mongolia, by the way.
Well, those are in Russia.
Yeah, in Russia. Okay. I just wanted to say Mongolia some more, right? Don't you all want to say Mongolia? How often? Frankie says Mongolia often on this show, but
Frankie loves Russia, though. Magadan, Russia, especially.
yeah, that's just because Kirill Bakhanov's there. He loves that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like a weather guy. So I don't know. Did you see last week? I don't know if you were here last week or not, or the week before, but he had big hail from Russia, and that was all this.
Oh,
Kirill
yeah,
Bakhanov
that's right.
guy.
And then there was like that box truck that was crushed or something by a tree.
So he's like, Frankie loves career. Here comes Mike McGregor. Frankie loves Kirill Bakhanov. But yeah, look at our fire weather danger. It's pretty fine fuel moisture code. BC's.
What website is this?
This is what is it there? Firesmoke.ca.
Oh, interesting. This is a really neat display.
Yes,
That's
like
what
what
I see. That's the Canadian government one, isn't
it
it?
is.
Yeah.
Correct. So your Duff moisture code again. How able is fire to dig down and live underground overnight and beyond. Duff moisture codes. The fine fuels in the Duff are all pretty wet. Now the drought conditions.
I do want to say real quick with the Duff moisture, whatever. If you're looking at this for the Western US, use caution in the arid regions because it'll say there's no Duff moisture, but the reality is there's not much Duff in general in the arid parts of the US. So if you're looking at this,
even Kamloops fire zones like that sometimes in places.
Right. So it's there's just some context. A red on a map is typically bad, but it's not necessarily bad because it's not necessarily relevant. Anyway, carry on.
Hi, Mike McGregor. How's Winnipeg tonight?
You like my new haircut?
Very good job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad here. It's a bit cooler than I thought it would be this time of day. What's Duff? Is it Duff beer?
Duff is the Duff is the area which things grow out of it between the mineral or rock layer and your surface layer. Where you stand on. So what's that?
It's
it's
the biology.
You don't really
in
have
the
this
soil.
so much in southern Manitoba because you just have straight soil, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you go out into the Canadian Shield, go north a little ways, or you go into the mountains here in BC, there's like a layer between the mineral soils, the rock and gravel and all that. And that's the organic layer. So fire likes to dig into that organic layer and can live there overnight. So what I've experienced with firefighters from Arizona and places like that, or even other parts of the world, for example, Australia, is they were really surprised that our fire would just live in the ground overnight in a lot of cases the way it does, because they just, the duff we have in BC can be very thick, and same with the north and whatnot, right? Into the peat country.
Sometimes, yeah, I was just gonna say sometimes duff is like peat and stuff.
Exactly. Look at this one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Learned something new.
Look at this
All
one.
right. Oh, that's some nice zonal flow.
Until, boom, ridgy right in the face.
That
Hot.
cutoff low, I bet you, is gonna pull up some monsoon moisture into the southwest.
Yeah, it could be, we could have a thunderstormy season, but that's some heat for a change just in time for July 1st. Can't wait.
Ooh, look at that trough, though. Right there around the 3rd. Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be spicy.
Thunderstormy.
Thunderstormy for you, stratus drizzle for me. What more could you want?
Oh,
Yeah.
Supercells for me.
Yeah,
When's this? I'm not even paying attention right now.
it's around the 3rd of July.
Perfect.
3rd of July.
Because I have Matthew Fab and I are going.
Yeah, it looks like there could be something going on there sometime later in the first week of July.
Oh yeah, you guys are going on another
7
storm
days.
trace trip, right?
You
Where are you
got
going?
it.
Where are you going to?
Going to my
Don't know.
place.
Wherever the weather takes us.
I was just
Wherever
gonna
the
say
weather-
wherever the storms are.
Go hang out in Brandon Houck's puddle.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
now.
I've asked if I can stay at Chateau de Jenny upon Etonia. Because she has a trailer.
Oh, nice.
I always thought Etonia really sounded like like some mythical place, like Etonia, the mythical land of Etonia. Severe thunderstorm. Is this going on right now, Brandon, or do I need to refresh my page? Okay, good. We're going. Big Sandy Lake near Mary Lake, moving northeast 30 kilometers an hour. Large hail is going on in there. Strong wind gusts, nickel, ping pong size, maybe even heavy rain. That's nice looking stuff there. Another. And Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a cluster of severe thunderstorms capable of producing very strong wind gusts up to Toonie-size hail and heavy rain near Fenton. And that's on the way up to James Smith, moving northeast 30 kilometers an hour. The hazards are wind 90 to 110 kilometers an hour. Toonie-sized friggin' hail. That's 3-centimeter big hail. Rain could see 50 to 75 millimeters in there. This includes Davis and Muscadet. That's nuts. 275 millimeters. Wow. We better look at that one, eh? We still got 9 minutes till Frankie gets here. Holy.
9 minutes.
Tonight's going to be a clip show, isn't it, Joey?
There's some clips. Frankie's going to want to play them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have recorded a Hi Frankie McDonald video while I was in the hospital.
Speaking of moisture content, you guys are talking about the grass. I had to water my grass in the backyard. It's starting to turn brown in spots.
Just set it on fire, then you don't have to water it anymore.
If you guys could start sharing some of the storms, me and Justin, that'd be great. Because Justin's kind of getting a little frustrated. Every little setup we've had the last few weeks, we haven't really had any producers.
Yeah, he's had
All
a
of it's
couple of
been in
busts
Sask.
there.
Well, you got pretty close last week with Saskatchewan there with their 8 tornadoes.
He was kicking himself because he was going to drive down to North Dakota on Derecho Day.
We all
And,
know that close doesn't count.
I know. Yeah, he was going to drive down to North Dakota on Derecho Day and decided to not, and then it produced real well.
Oh yeah.
I felt so bad for the guy. Meanwhile, I got stuck at the Red River X in 3 thunderstorms this past week, so I'm quite happy. It always seems whenever the Red River X is in town, we always seem to get thunderstorms or rain in this area of the city. And in 3 years, we didn't have the extra in COVID. Not one thunderstorm happened in June.
That's like College World Series. Pro tip for any storm chasers. If you want to catch a storm, go to Omaha during the College World Series and you'll see one.
Well, that's what I was saying on the live stream with Brandon. We had a live stream with Brandon Hauk there during the tornado warnings. And I said, if you want to be a lazy storm chaser, you just buy a house, you buy a trailer in a park.
Yeah, right.
Just let them come to you.
Stampede Week is coming to Calgary, so there's got to be something has to happen. It always does.
You're like sitting there, deploy in your house.
I'm surprised nothing happened during G7.
Well, they almost had a blizzard. It just
Oh,
a couple
yeah,
of
that's
days
right.
late.
They missed it by a couple of days.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yep.
Get wrecked, oligarchs.
Yeah, get wrecked, oligarchs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They deserve that bad weather, and instead everyone, that happened. So yeah, a couple severe storms here in Saskatchewan tonight.
I'm tracking my cousin's flight. They're flying back to Finland. They left Seattle. I guess now they're over the Okanagan now.
Oh.
Pretty quiet in the Okanagan tonight.
Yeah,
just seeing the tops of Stratus.
Well, not in the Okanagan now. They just crossed the Cascades. It looks like they're over. Where are they over?
So we'll be bypassing those storms at Red Deer, probably.
Yeah, no, it looks they're gonna go up. They're gonna just miss Joey because they'll be flying over. It looks like Kinbasket Lake.
Oh yeah,
and then over Hinton because they fly north. They're gonna go right over almost the northern end of Greenland. Yeah. Their flight's only 9 hours.
Where are they going?
Helsinki.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Brendan Hauk, have you ever been to Sexsmith before?
Very close. About half an hour away from there.
Well, I don't think close counts in that situation either.
I used to live 20 miles from there.
I've been to Many Berries, Alberta, southeast Alberta, right near the border.
I've been to Many
River.
Berries. There's foremost Many Berries in cereal. You have a whole breakfast there.
Oh yeah.
Every street name is named after a berry there too. Strawberry Avenue, Blueberry Street.
There you go.
That's very
there's
cool.
Elkwater.
But I don't know if foremost
Elkwater
exists anymore. Because there used to be in Canada a company called Foremost, and it was a milk company, but I don't know if they make it anymore. It used to be at the Save-On? I forgot what grocery chain it used to carry it.
The warm weather.
There's no Hawkins in Canada for Hawkins cheesies.
Warm weather's coming, but first just gotta wait out a little bit more of this garbagey stuff for another day or two.
What do you mean wait it out? This is beautiful. You got to enjoy perfect June weather, and then it gets horrible.
Yeah. Enjoy January. Yep.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I would call this a January this year. Yeah.
We've had 3 days. It has not been bad down here. I'm not complaining. I love the heat.
When they had snow last weekend down south, it was like very warm here at this end of the mountains, not that far away.
Yeah.
Really?
And that was kind of surprising. That's what made me think that maybe it was a HAARP conspiracy. No.
Uh-oh. Where's the soundboard?
No, it didn't. But that was quite an amazing uptick of people on the group there, eh, Mark? Just all of a sudden the bots were out or whatever it was.
Well, that's what I think it is I think our group, the Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers, is big enough that it gets flagged by this bot activity. And then it doesn't help that it's public facing, which I think is fine, but that just means that we're going to attract both bots and the small minority of people who believe this crazy stuff.
And people who think like bots.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine? Wait, 16, 18. Oh, a little bit better on Sunday. Oh man, could use a little bit into this rain here. Warming up in Western Canada, everybody. That's the story for next week. Gonna be warm. Warm start to the month of July.
It's a true summer.
Yeah, I don't think any of this is like alarming temperatures. Hot,
No.
normal, nice and hot.
I mean, 36 in Spokane's even pretty normal. Look at that thermal trough in Eastern Washington. That's actually the thermal trough there. That's gonna probably moderate our temperatures here in the lower mainland pretty well, I would think.
Well, how does this all end, with lots of lightning?
Nuclear winter.
Could be nuclear winter. But yeah, it might be warm for a few days.
Hey Joey, don't forget to queue up your title video.
That's true, eh? We are getting close now to Frankie being here, and after 200 times, I'm really well aware that Frankie's punctual and he's very serious, and he's the boss. That's the way it is. Happy 200th episode, everybody!
Congrats, Joey.
Joey, you can go online and get soundboards with different sound effects and sound buttons. Maybe you could do that for a 200th episode this week.
It's too late now.
Yeah, maybe I could have. Yes. Right now, I have enough to.
That's a 5 o'clock conversation, not a 7 o'clock conversation.
Affirmative, yeah. Show sound clips there. So what I got to do is just play
Let's see
sound.
if I have my New Year's thing around here still to celebrate for 200th. I'll be back.
Okay. The reason I'm doing that.
Boom! There goes the dynamite.
Because now every time I hit open folder, it will open to the correct folder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Just
7
boom.
o'clock. Where's Frankie? Oh, here he is. Great. Ready for showtime. Clear the throat. Frankie's here. Hello, listeners at C for 88.7 FM, CKUW 95.9 FM, CFBX 92.5 FM, and CHLS 100.5 FM. Those are in Prince George, Winnipeg, Kamloops, Lillooet. You're also watching us live right now on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. Every Thursday night, 6:30 we start. And you're also hearing us on all your favorite streaming platforms. It's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. I am your host, Joey Only, up here in the Caribou Mountains, 3,953 feet above sea level. I am your host about how much the weather sucks in Canada. That's right. And here with Frankie McDonald and the whole team. I'll introduce them all in a second, but let's get on with the show.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we've got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather or not.
The great Washboard Hank with the original theme song, Frankie McDonald theme song. Of course,
that means they get the Ryan here.
Yeah, we got Ryan Vaudelainen here, Frankie.
He's a guest.
He is. Well, we got a whole bunch of guests on, including Ryan. All people who are here to say happy 200th episode, Frankie. Happy 200th episode to you. Tonight is that
means
200th.
You got the original Joey Only show clip parts of video.
I got a couple clips of it yet to play for you tonight. I put some things together. I knew you'd want that, Frankie. I knew you would. So that's Frankie McDonald, the world-famous weatherman from Sydney, Nova Scotia. And he's doing great so far. We'll be talking to him in just a minute's time or two. And we have on the panel of Comedeorologists, comedy plus meteorology equals Comedeorology. That's the science I started there with Brandon Hauk and Frankie McDonald back in the day. Brandon Hauk, the radio weatherman and morning personality there in Brooks, Alberta. If you're ever driving down through that part of Alberta, tune on the radio and say, listen to Brandon there. Hey, Brandon?
Yes, you'll hear me every single hour if you really want to hear my voice.
Yeah, because you're all the radio carts and advertisements too, probably.
Oh, yeah. And the weather every hour right up till 6 o'clock, from 6 a.m. to 6 o'clock.
Can't get enough of that, Brandon Hauk.
That's right.
He's smoking good, that guy is. Yeah, Ryan Vadalainen here as well from Vancouver there. Great storm chaser. Frankie was already mentioning, of course. The meteorologist, Mark Engels, who had a bit of a scare this week, but he's here with us, of course. Great weatherman down in the coast area of British Columbia, and my good friend as well as my good friend Hilding Donaldson up there, Grassy Plains, BC. Mike McGregor out there in Winnipeg, Manitoba there. He's part of the network that is Weather Center of Manitoba. That's
Cheers.
everybody. That's everybody tonight. Cheers. And, well, we'll get on with the Frankie McDonald stuff because we're all here to hear Frankie talking about the worldwide weather, eh, Frankie?
Yeah.
Can you yodel for us? Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie!
How you doing so far, Frankie McDonald? Happy 200th episode.
I'm doing great so far. And the weather all across Minnesota, there's lots of rain going on. Minnesota's heading towards Michigan and Wisconsin and all those places. It's heading towards northwestern Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie, and all those places. Going to bring lots of rain in Quebec and Ontario and all those places. And Toronto's going to bring a lot of extremely hot weather this Saturday coming up in Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and all those places. It's going to be extremely hot with a lot of thunderstorms forecast in eastern seaboard USA. It's going to bring lots of rain in Halifax, part of Nova Scotia, not for Cape Breton this weekend. Most of the rain's taking place in Halifax. And Europe, and all those places in Maine, USA, and New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, and all those places, Pennsylvania, and all those places, lots of rain thunderstorms going on all the way down to Ohio this weekend, coming, including Kentucky, including all across southeastern United States, Florida, Georgia, and Carolina's going to bring extremely humid weather. Even in Minnesota, it's going to bring desert-like heat in Nebraska, Kansas, parts of Texas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, in Southern California, including Los Angeles. It's going to bring a lot of thunderstorms in eastern Mexico as well. In Cuba's lots of thunderstorms going on in Cuba. A lot of dry, dusty air coming from northwest coast of Africa. That's the Sahara Desert. Driving all the dry, dusty air all the way from west coast of Africa, all the way to Caribbean. It's really hot in Nevada and all those places right now. It's extremely hot there right now. Then it gets extremely hot weather and cool weather fighting each other all across eastern United States. And they got a heat wave hitting for Vancouver, BC. On Canada, today's going to bring really hot temperatures in Vancouver and Wells, British Columbia, Victoria, and Prince George and all those places in Seattle, Portland, and even Los Angeles.
Even Los Angeles. Storm chaser Hank Vliest was just joining us from Wilkie, Saskatchewan, too, Frankie. Good to have Hank back tonight. What else, Frankie? What about South America?
In South and the weather all across Central America this weekend, and the weather all across Central America, there's a possible, and then her 10th hurricane off the west coast of Mexico next week as well. And weather all across Central America, lots of rain thunderstorms going on in southern Mexico. Then it's going to be lots of rain in west coast of Mexico, including lots of rain thunderstorms in Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nigeria, Honduras, and Panama. Lots of rain thunderstorms going on there right now. In South America, a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, parts of Peru. Then it gets some cold weather in southern Chile and southern Argentina. Then it gets some northern Chile is really dry right now. Then it gets really dry, starting to get dry weather in southern Chile. It's really cold there right now in southern tip of Argentina. And lots of rain and thunderstorms going on. And it's really dry in Amazon rainforest right now. It's dry out in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. In southern Brazil, you got rain coming off the coast of Brazil. Then it got some really cold air in Argentina next week. Headed towards Argentina next week. You got really cold air in Buenos Aires, Argentina. It had snow in Buenos Aires, Argentina earlier in the week.
Holy, yeah, it's winter down there, isn't it?
Yes, in Oceania, Argentina, and Falkland Islands is. Then it got some cold air in Falkland Islands right now. Then it got some really cold air in the plains in central Argentina plains. And in Argentina, Chile borders, really cold air right now. It's wintertime there.
Well,
In
what
the
about
United
the?
Kingdom and the weather all across the UK, there's a possible heat wave heading towards London, England on Monday as well. Then it's going to be a possible major heat wave in England sometime around July 12th. That's too far off yet. As of right now, they got some lots of rain going on in northern Scotland, parts of Ireland, parts of Wales. Then they got some hot air heading towards London, England on Friday and Saturday coming up. And get really hot air in London, UK, Paris, France, Madrid, Spain, Lisbon, Portugal, in Nice, France, in south coast of France, including Italy, including Bosnia, Croatia, and all those places. Really hot there. In Germany, parts of Denmark, and Netherlands is really hot there. It's going to get hot weather. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Norway next week, and also Norway, including West Coast Norway. Then it got some lots of showers and thunderstorms and rain going on in western Russia. It's really warm in Poland. To go get cool air, warm air right now to each other. Poland, Belarus, even Moscow, Russia. Moscow, Russia's not getting a very hot weather lately, and hot weather's going to head for Moscow soon enough. It's really warm outside in Turkey, Greece, Albania. A little bit of showers and thunderstorms forecast. It's really hot in Egypt and Libya and Algeria, Morocco. It's really hot there right now. Over in East Asia, and the weather all across East Asia is lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in China right now, including Beijing, China, Wuhan, China. They got some showers and thunderstorms in Japan right now. It's really humid in Japan, including Sapporo, Japan.
Oh my God.
And in South Korea, North Korea, with thunderstorms for forecast of Vladivostok, Russia, and Hong Kong, and those places. A lot of rain and thunderstorms in Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, including Myanmar, northern Indonesia, and Bangladesh. There's a lot of rain and thunderstorms in Myanmar and Bangladesh. India's in the monsoon season now. So much rain in Mumbai, India. Mumbai, India is officially in the monsoon season. They're getting so much rain in India lately. There is really in eastern Pakistan, there's lots of rain. It's dry in western Pakistan. It's really dry in Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, and all those places. It's extremely hot there. In Saudi Arabia and all those places, it's extremely hot there right now.
Yeah, it was raining missiles in the Middle East lately.
A lot of rain and wait a minute, it's extremely dry in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, you got to Yemen, Qatar, Oman, Yemen, and all those places. A lot of rain thunderstorms going on in Nigeria and Ghana right now. Dry, dusty air coming off the coast of the Sahara Desert. Driving all the dry, dusty air all the way to the Caribbean. Lots of rain, and then it gets some really dry weather in Angola, southern Congo, Zimbabwe, Zambia, parts of Uganda. It's really dry there right now, including Tanzania, Mozambique, Madagascar, and all your Mauritius Islands. They're in a dry season now. The weather for Western Australia is lots of cold, lots of dry air in Perth, Australia, Central Australia. It's really hot in Northern Australia. Then they got really cold air hitting for New South Wales, Australia. Then they got heavy rain on July 1st in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Then it got some warm air and cold air fighting each other in NSW, Australia. And the weather down in New Zealand, the weather for New Zealand is a lot of rain in Auckland, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, Gisborne, New Zealand, Napier, New Zealand. A lot of rain and wind going on in North Island, New Zealand, including Wellington, New Zealand, and Graham, New Zealand, Nelson, New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand. Lots of snow up in Queenstown, New Zealand. It's winter there right now. It's cold outside in Invercargill, New Zealand. Got really cold air aiming it towards Invercargill, New Zealand, with snow in the forecast in Queenstown, New Zealand. Antarctica is 24-hour darkness. Up in the Arctic is 24-hour daylight.
Yeah, excellent worldwide weather report, Frankie.
And the weather, and what's going on over in Kirill Bakanoff's hometown, and in the weather, then over somewhere in Russia, Then they got some heavy downpours in Irkutsk, Russia. And I'm just going to share screen.
Okay.
Share screen. Activate.
Frankie's going to show us Kirill Bakinov's videos from Russia. A little update on Russian weather for, we are thousands of Russian fans we have.
What
do we got here, Frankie? Holy trees are blowing over there onto stuff for you radio listeners. It's a real bad storm. And they're yelling in Russian. And what they're saying in Russian is, watch the Comedeorological report. That's Russian for watch the Comedeorological report. Oh. Wow, what's that one, Frankie? What do you got there? A tree and some trucks? Oh, they're all screaming in Russian. Crazy stuff, Frankie McDonald.
And there's another thing over in Russia.
Another thing in Russia. Oh, it's a funnel cloud for you, radio. And it may even be a tornado on the ground in Russia. Another one. They get a lot of tornadoes there, don't they, Frankie?
And look at the hailstones over there.
Giant hailstones in Russia. They're all crazy shaped. They look like some kind of, one looks like a golf ball. One looks like a weird egg with like a hail living inside of a hail.
Look at the water spout outbreak in Sochi.
Sochi, water spout outbreak. Sochi, Russia. Wow, Frankie. Too bad I couldn't get Moscow government there. The beautiful water spouts there in Sochi, Russia there. Frankie McDonald loves the Russian weather. Oh, that's a nice water spout picture. For you radio listeners, it's a like a tornado, but it's out on the water there, and it's kind of doing its thing. You know what I got set up for you, Frankie, is I had a video of our very first episode.
And I've got one more video to show in Russia.
Okay, one more Russian video here. It's a tornado in Russian.
What?
Pakta Bakara Obtakt is where this happened. It's a tornado on the ground. You can hear the tornado sirens. Really spooky looking tornado there in Russia. Crazy
That's really
stuff.
interesting. I didn't know they had tornado sirens in Russia.
Yeah, well, they still have...
what?
Hey,
you know what Russian tornadoes say?
Yeah, it means that you'll share the very first episode of Comedeorological Weather Report that was during the time of restrictions.
Yeah. I got a clip right here for you. How does a tornado say in Russian, Hank?
The same as in America.
The Russian tornado looks right down on you like this and says, "I must break you." That's what they do.
Okay. Yeah. I remember the first show ever Frankie and I made.
Yes.
I was terrible. Do you think we need like a theme song or an introduction song, Frankie?
Yes. Kamloops, they're getting snow in Kamloops on Wednesday on the western BC interior.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it here. We're probably going to have snow in Wells, Barkerville, Horsefly, Hickson, Alexandria, Skeech, Blackwater, Quesnel, McLeese, PG, Stoner, Red Rock, Bear Lake, Anaheim Lake, Williams Lake, Green Lake, Adams Lake, Elkley Lake, Moberly Lake, Monty Lake, Bushy Lake, Nimpo Lake, Christina Lake, Dease Lake, Beaver, Francois Lake, stuff. There's a lot of places here called Lake, man. 108 Mile House, 141 Mile House, 150, 70 Mile House, 93 Mile House, Yak, Yale, Yarrow, Yarmouth, everywhere else in British Columbia, Canada, planet Earth, Milky Way.
When I was a little boy, I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a weatherman. I used to watch the weather on television when I was a kid. I did the very first video of scenery on December 27th, 2007. Then on December 16th, 2009, I did the very first video myself. Then on June 2010, I did a very first viral video, severe earthquake warning for California in September 2010. I was all over the news and people doing remixes of my videos. I made it a Tosh.0 Season 2, Episode 13.
Right on. Well, you were right about your earthquake predictions, right?
Yes, and I did a massive earthquake that hit New Zealand anytime soon on October 21st, 2016 on a Friday. 3 weeks later, I absolutely got my prediction right. I was all over the news, including RT. Be prepared to find out Guide to Life, Weather, and Everything. It was written by Sarah Soller of Nimbus Publishing in Halifax.
How'd you meet Sarah?
Sarah met me in August 2017. This is National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame, the signed Talking Frankie McDonald bobblehead right here when I press this button.
Bobblehead Hall of Fame.
Dogs at once. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they designed my bobblehead. This is a Frankie McDonald action figure designed by Ben Kimball, Big Spring, Texas.
Can it kick?
Action figures can kick, gas moving parts. My action figures have head, moving head. You get to move hands, elbows, arms, shoulders.
Can it hold
body,
a gun?
Hips, knees, feet, and legs.
It's the Caribou Weather Dude action figure, and it's got tornado resistant armor and rain resistant armor. Can you see that pretty good? Here, let me help you. The two-legged walker you can walk right into a tornado with.
What happens if it's a hail size of the planet Earth?
What?
That could be the apocalypse.
If people want to see more of Frankie and Joey talking weather in British Columbia and Canada and planet Earth and Milky Way galaxy, then please write to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, care of the Government of Canada at Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, planet Earth, Milky Way galaxy. Yeah, clips from the first episode.
That's the picture of Justin Trudeau that Princess Kate goes to bed to every night.
I bet. Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, we better keep moving on here. We'll come back to more on the 200th episode ever, but we got a lot of people to talk to, and I even got my friend McDonald Stainsby in the house. I want to introduce him to you in a little bit here, Frankie. So, but first,
the Brandon Houck Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report.
Brought to you by
Smoking Good Barbecue.
Brandon Houcker.
Yes. The barbecue is smoking good, all right. That's for sure.
Good. Okay, what's news?
Well, what's new? Well, we had the big rainstorm over the weekend, at least about 50 millimeters at my location. So the puddle was giant. It wasn't just a small puddle. It was the size of the driveway. So that was the width of the puddle. And then we had, oh yeah, it was big. I was tempted to go swimming, but it was still not big enough to swim in, It's like a wade pool instead. Now,
even for you?
No. Anyways, I still have swimming trunks on. I had my raincoat on, and then I had to put rain pants on, because I was soaking wet. And winds were gusting 70 to 80 kilometers an hour through the day. It was epic, actually. It was too bad it wasn't all snow. That would have been a lot of fun last weekend if it was all snow here in southern Alberta. If this was like 2 months ago compared to that middle towards the end of June.
We should remind them that
we had the significant.
We should remind them it's the 26th. The radio listeners who are not going to hear this the day of the 26th of June right now.
It is the 26th of June.
Continue, Brandon.
The rain happened last weekend, the 20th of June. There you go. So we had the significant rain in the mountains. It was snow. 30. Some areas got 100 to 130 millimeters of rain in the foothills there. So beneficial rainfall. And then up in the mountains, they got 30 centimeters of snow, including areas around Elkford had snow in British Columbia. Quite a bit of snow on the ground there. A little bit of surprise there. And then they also had the snow coming into the ranchlands area, the MDF ranchlands. And some highways actually got closed because people got stranded up on the roads because they had their summer tires on because they put their winter tires off, put their summer tires on. We don't need our summer tires or winter tires at the end of June. But, they needed the winter tires and they got stuck. Yeah. So they had people out on snowmobiles going out to rescue them at the end of June. Could you imagine that? Unbelievable stuff there. So once the system departed by Sunday, it was kind of chilly. We had some of the areas that actually had some frost to start off the week there, with the temperatures dropping near the freezing mark. We got to about 3.7, just a couple points off a record low earlier this week. We had a couple of rounds of thunderstorms move through the area, as well as temperatures start to bump up, tick up towards the end of the week here. We had yesterday, actually, it's pretty nasty little. I would say it wasn't too nasty. It was a pretty good thunderstorm. I'd say it was a epic little thunderstorm, fairly close range lightning strikes, and big downpour, big rainbow. Gusty winds. Well, Saskatchewan, we had tornado warnings there yesterday. I know Hank will be talking about that storm coming up later on in the program. What he saw in that storms. I know Joey and myself were tracking that on the Facebook Live there, with 1.5 people watching us on that live stream there yesterday.
1.5?
1.5, yeah. 1,000 people. 1.
Oh, okay. 1.5K.
1.5K, that's right. 1.5K. So that is the active weather scenario that we had to endure this week here in Alberta. Now, as we look ahead into the longer range forecasts here, we are going to be seeing temperatures starting to heat up. We actually did get up to 28 degrees just yesterday, and we'll probably push the low 30s by early next week. We've got a couple more days where we have chances of thunderstorms here and there, kind of pop-up activity at random. So we've got Friday and Saturday, next chances for storms, and then we crank up the heat into early next week. Probably get in the low 30s for Canada Day. So it's going to be a hot Canada Day here in southern Alberta. And then we've got this little negative trough that's going to be swinging in afterwards, and that's going to probably ramp up the severe weather potential by midweek here across Alberta. So that is going to be a lot of fun. No doubt about that, once that severe weather setup. Just in time for the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth. And then usually that means we get the greatest outdoor show on earth in the sky all the time.
Yeah, every year, doesn't it?
Every year, every single year. All right, so a couple of interesting facts that I found out this week. And some of it has to do with weather here, actually. So,
oh, wow.
Here we go. Yeah, for a change. So, apparently, taking a cold shower on a hot day is a bad idea. Experts suggest that you should be having lukewarm showers instead. So, there you go. Cold showers.
That's because it'll send your body into shock sometimes, actually.
Yes. Sends your body to shock, and then
that's a real thing.
It is. You won't cool down. And apparently, experts also think that you should be drinking milk instead of other fluids to cool you off. So there you go.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh,
you especially should be drinking milk.
especially. And the world's largest digital camera released a photo of the universe. Sadly, my thumb was in the way of that picture, so too bad for that. That's the Brandon Houck report.
The Brandon Houck report. We haven't. I don't know who to talk to next. That's the thing. Is there's so many people on. I know Mark doesn't have to get up for work at 4.
I don't, but I'm pretty tired, man. I'm still recovering. Let me go next so I can go to bed. Okay,
because Mark almost died this week, he gets to go next to everybody. We're so glad you're okay, man. So glad you're okay, meteorologist Mark. This is the guy, by the way, right here.
Just got the fat check for pushing that.
My name, Mark Ingalls.
Pushing that agenda. It says here, HARP, climate change, whatever, in my bank account.
There you go, meteorologist Mark.
It's been a week. Sorry to step on everybody else's toes. Yeah, I don't have to be up early for work tomorrow, but I am crazy tired. Like, it just hit me at the start of the show, so I'm going to go to bed right after this. So I had quite the medical scare this week. Monday evening, I went on a bike ride after work, and then I got home and felt very nauseous, lost some feeling in my left side of my face and my left arm. And I was like, oh no. I've got family history of heart disease type things. My dad had a heart attack at 47, so called the ambulance. They wheeled me over to the hospital, and I spent like a day and a half in the hospital laying there. And I was actually kind of starting to feel like I said, this is Monday evening, and I was kind of starting to feel better, like 3 a.m. or so on Tuesday, and I'm sitting here like it was my worst fear because I told Alicia I was like, I don't want to take an ambulance to the hospital for it to be nothing, right? And so I'm sitting there, and it's 3 a.m. and I'm starting to feel better, and I'm like, I really am just such an idiot, like just overblowing it and whatever. And then like an hour later, the doctor comes in and he's like, well, you definitely have heart damage. Not really sure what happened, but like they told me my coronary artery was partially blocked. Um, and that they're not really sure, given the symptoms that I had, what exactly happened. The prevailing theory is that I had a mini stroke, which is like one of the blood vessels gets completely blocked for a while, but then it clears out on its own and doesn't cause permanent damage. That's the theory, but I have lots of medical tests to go through over the next, couple of months. I'm just it's a good thing I went. I'm okay sharing this story because like I'm only 30. I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. I don't,
You
I'm not vegan or anything, but I do eat reasonably healthy. And here I was in the hospital for a day and a half earlier this week. Um,
crazy.
right. So don't like if you're having some of these serious symptoms of like a stroke or a heart attack or something, like don't discount it. Even if you're young, even if you're healthy, like just go in. And one of the things that was nice is like in the US, this hospital stay, even with insurance, I'd have years worth of debt. Like that was one of the things that made us willing to go in was that we knew it wasn't going to be a financial burden to do this. And I'm very blessed to have like our church community, like the church community has been helping out a lot. We had one of the church members come sit with Acalia until like 11 p.m. that night, just out of the blue. Um, when I got my work, my coworkers have been very supportive. My boss told me not to come into work until Monday, at the earliest. Like we're in a good spot. But yeah, it's been a week. I'm definitely on the mend, but I went on a 4 kilometer walk today, and I did feel tired afterwards. So something definitely happened, just not 100% sure what. And that's why I'm tired today, even though I woke up at 7 instead of 4 o'clock. So
That's
that's
Yeah.
the news
hilarious.
here. That's the news here. It's been a week, but I'm okay. I'm up. I'm walking around. Alicia's very invested to keep me alive. This morning, she made me a breakfast sandwich, and it was an egg and sausage sandwich, and she only included egg whites. She specifically like put the yolk out. So
Aha.
we're I've reached that stage. My dad's having a big barbecue for 4th of July. We're going over there to visit him. That's actually, I'll be in Winnipeg next week. Unfortunately, I won't have enough time to visit Mike McGregor because, fly in and then drive down to Minnesota right away, and the flight times aren't ideal. But I will be in Winnipeg briefly next week.
Maybe
Uh,
I'll find you in Minnesota if the weather turns out correctly.
you know what? Yeah, come on down, War Road, Minnesota. There'll be tons of barbecue that I can't eat. It was funny, right before it, my dad was texting me about all this barbecue he's planning to have. And then the next day he's like, so should probably cancel the barbecue. I'm like, Dad, I have self-control. Like, just have some salad and grilled chicken for me and I'll be fine. Smoke the chicken. I don't care. Like, you don't have to change your plans for me. So yeah, it's been a week.
That's a big
But
week. You've not been
but
watching, not been working weather so much. You've been taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
was uh one of my buddies who's a meteorologist. He texted me talking about a forecast he made for Portland, where he works, and I was like, well, I've been checked out all week. I don't really know what's happening. It's
Yeah.
raining outside here in White Rock. It's very beautiful. We went out on our walk. It started to drizzle. We got this cold front coming through. Um, January's in full swing, and yeah, I get to be home. I get to be home to hang out with my family, and I'd rather be up hiking in the mountains, and I'd rather be at work forecasting the weather. But I'm really blessed to be in a situation where my employer is like, don't worry about anything, just take your time and come in when you're ready. Like
You can tell you're
it's
not in America anymore, eh? Your
yeah, right.
yeah, your employer's like, don't die, and the doctor's like, yeah, come here. It won't cost you $1 million.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, something like this could, with insurance, easily be tens of thousands of dollars after insurance in the U.S.
That's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
So, yeah,
Glad to
it's
glad to
we're
see you. Glad you're
we're
okay. Glad
okay.
you're not going to go broke over this. Uh,
Yeah.
I, now, here's how we're going to determine who goes next, Mark. I figured this out. So, Hilding, how many tornadoes this year? 0. Mike McGregor, 0 tornadoes this year. Hank, how many tornadoes this year?
Just tornado warnings. 0 actual tornadoes.
Ryan Valdelanen's had 3 naders. I guess, does that mean he gets to go next?
I've had 3 in southeast Manitoba already this year.
Yeah, but you didn't
You have to have
intercept them.
eyes on them. You have to
That
have eyes
doesn't
on them.
count. Yeah, there's been 27 in Canada this year. I win. Okay, Ryan Vaudelainen, you get to go next. Vancouver based. Not Vancouver, but Lower Mainland based storm chaser extraordinaire. You've been out to Oklahoma this year, and you're going out to the prairies next.
I have been. I was down in twice. I went down to the plains to do some chasing. I was there for a few days with renowned weather nerd Michael Snyder, Seattle weather guy from Seattle who works for Alaska, and was able to get us some flights down there. And he had a whole camera crew with him, which I didn't realize that I would be on camera. So that'll be interesting in the next year or two when this production happens. And they produced that. They quoted me on talking about how convection. I'm like, it's like trying to find that first bubble that's going to pop in a pot of boiling water. So we'll see if they use that analogy in this video that comes out, or this series. So that should be fun. But yeah, we found that first time we found a tornado that as it was tornado genesis was happening right in front of us. We didn't really weren't really sure what was going on until kind of after the fact, when we saw the radar and then saw the images that came out of Grinnell, Kansas, where the tornado actually was an EF3 and went right through town. So thankfully it missed us, but we saw it as it came down. So that was an interesting experience. And then a week later, ended up down with my friend from the weather store, Jason, and ended up down in Texas. And we ended up in the Oklahoma Panhandle, where we got some cool shelf cloud action. And then down into Lubbock, where a tornado came through just north of there. And then the next day we were there again, where there was actually, I got my first 500,000 view video on Facebook. People tell me Facebook is dying, but we had 500,000. I had 500,000 people watch that video, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I've seen 3 tornadoes so far this year. And the plan is on the 2nd, I've got another American-based chaser down in Seattle, Matthew Fab, who's going to come out with me. And he's never chased before, so we're going to see if we can catch something in Alberta and Saskatchewan. And I'm hoping that Mr. Hauk's forecast about the trough coming through after Canada today comes true, because I'd like to show him a Canadian tornado, because everything we saw down in stateside, of course, they've got lots of humidity down there, so everything ends up being rain wrapped after the first little bit. So you don't get to see always those beautiful structured tubes like we get to see on the Canadian side. So I'm excited about that coming up.
That is excellent. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. So it's been lots of fun, and I'm excited to be here on the 200th episode, which is cool.
Ryan
Congratulations on that.
Renowned legend. Well, Hank was on a tornado warned storm yesterday. He was. So we can't ignore this. Hank Vliestra, tell us about your tornado. Not only did you have a tornado warned storm yesterday, but you ran into Jenny Hagen on a tornado warned storm a couple days before that. Hank?
Well, where did he go?
I don't know. I don't think Hank can hear us. Oh, now here he is. Hank,
Hello.
Tell
what was
us
the question?
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you were on tornado warning storm yesterday, and then a few days before that, you saw Jenny Hagen out there on the road.
I sure did. That was cool. Her car is unmistakable when she's using her work vehicle. Has the name of a radio station plastered over the side of her car, so it's like, there's Jenny, right? She probably had no idea I was there until I pulled up next to her, but I was super well aware she was out there and was looking for her. And sure enough, there she was, pulled over on the side of the highway. So I pulled over too, and we said hi for like 30 seconds before the hail started. You know how that goes. You know, a lot of these storms, as soon as you stop, man, you don't have long before you have to get out of there again. How it usually goes. Did not go that way yesterday. Yesterday was the supercell was so slow moving. It was going about 35, 40 kilometers per hour. And that makes it super easy to stop and watch it. And that's what I did. I stopped at this place with a great viewpoint, and I just watched it for 45 minutes before I had to move. That is nearly unheard of. To be able to stand there and watch a wall cloud in the same place for 45 minutes, even though I was already pretty close when I stopped, you know, it's not like I was waiting and it was way off in the distance. It was pretty nearby. So that was super cool.
You're
Ryan,
right there with it.
Slow moving storms are the best storms ever.
Yeah. Ryan, what do your Finnish friends think about going out in the heat and then taking cold bath or cold shower? What do they think?
They love it. They do it in the wintertime. You go from sauna, which is 50 degrees, and you jump yourself into an icy lake. No problem.
I think it's actually healthy, Joey.
Yeah, well, same with not drinking milk for me. That's healthy.
Yeah. I think it's healthy, but I don't know if it cools you down. So I think that might be the difference. You got to stay in that water for a little while to get that cooling action going on.
Now, my one question for Hank there was on the storm that you were on with Jenny there on was it Monday? I think maybe it was.
It was.
You saw 3 school buses driving right into the core of the storm, and I just like to say to all the school bus drivers and people like that out there that when you're driving down the road and you see like tornado chasers visibly pulled over at the side of the road setting up filming a storm, maybe think twice before you drive into the thing.
I mean, yeah, you could see huge core of the storm. You could just see it was pouring. And if you know what you're looking for, you could also see it was hailing. And they're just driving straight for it. And not only that, but if you have a radar app, you could see it was either tornado warned or severe warned. I think it had just changed from tornado warned to severe warned just moments before those buses came through. But I think when they left the school, it was probably still tornado warned.
Throwing golf balls into the school bus. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to know how many people on the prairies actually have a radar app on their phone and actually check it before they go out.
Well, probably more people than do in BC.
Certainly, at least in the lower mainland.
Yeah,
a lot of people have it, and it's a good place to have it. We get more severe weather here than most places in Canada. Ontario gets a lot of severe weather, but ours is more severe than the Ontario stuff. We have a bigger chance of a big tornado on the prairies here.
I'm holding you to that next week, by the way.
A big tornado?
Well, it doesn't have to be a big tornado. A big storm with some sort of tornado would be nice in a field somewhere.
Yeah.
No, you want a big tornado.
Well, no. I'm cognizant that people that may be listening may be in one of those towns that don't want a big tornado. So I'm happy with just something photogenic, but nice and tight, nice and structured.
Huge tornado in an even bigger field.
Okay, well, that's what you're looking for, and I'll find it for you.
Frankie, are you still listening?
He's nearby.
Still listening, Frankie?
I just wanted to mention that I'm literally like 15 kilometers from where Canada's first F5 struck. So if I get anything, I'm going to be seeing it coming from the distance in my neighborhood.
Frankie, how many shows have there been of Comedeorological report?
A lot of them. There's a lot of storm chasers.
200 shows, eh? A lot of storm chasers, eh? Frankie, what is it? What does a tornado siren sound like? Yeah, just like that. So when you hear that noise, get underground, everybody. Uh, Hank or Mike, both of you haven't seen tornadoes yet, so
I got a breaking news. Space Guy's taking a break.
base
Does
guy's
a
taking a
funnel
break.
cloud count?
Funnel cloud counts. Mike McGregor, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I got a nice haircut. Hopefully, I look cool for the radio, the TV, whatever.
Yeah, got a face for radio.
So literally, there was an interesting. It's been an interesting week here in Manitoba. Literally, I have to say that you want to be in Manitoba, you're going to be getting temperature roller coasters. Last Saturday, we're at 30 degrees. And then this week, we jumped down to 17 degrees on Monday after we got hit with that major storm system. I don't know if you're in North Dakota, but they had 200-kilometer-hour winds in Jamestown, North Dakota. From that derecho, Justin said he wanted to chase it, and Blake's like, dude, you should go and chase it. The next day, he decides to stay back in Manitoba. Meanwhile, they get slammed by this massive derecho that created a 942 MB wake low, and behind it, they were getting severe thunderstorm warnings on it. And it was like, that's really bizarre, but it created like hurricane force winds on the backside of that system. And in Enderlin, North Dakota, they had got hit by an EF3 tornado or something. There's a couple of nocturnal tornadoes. One was anticyclonic. One point, Jamestown was without power. About 5,000 people are without power, or 15,000. I don't know how many people live in Jamestown. But that same system, Barrage North, I thought it was going to hit me overnight. Turned out that it clipped the border, but it got far enough north that I got some good lightning bolts coming from, I guess, the northern edge of the system, heard my AM radio. I'm like, dude, this thing's awesome. But turns out that I guess I saved myself trouble by not getting hit by it because Mark was talking to me. He said if Winnipeg got hit by something like that, I probably wouldn't have survived the winds from it. I did get stuck in heavy rains at the Red River X earlier this week, though. On Sunday, it got caught in 3 downpours. One of the lightning bolts almost struck the one of the tall rides. So I was like, that was pretty cool. But I haven't seen a supercell or a severe storm like Hank's seen yet. Maybe it's on my bucket list still this summer. As for the weather the next couple of days, it looks like for those radio listeners this week, talking about this past weekend, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, some unsettled weather coming to Manitoba. Might be a storm chase day. Might even get some severe thunderstorms, possibly. And then I'm looking at another opportunity for more thunderstorms this week, but it's going to be straight hot weather in the 20s and maybe even touching 30s next weekend before a trough comes in for later in the week. So it's really looking at some typical summer weather, maybe a couple of convective systems come through this week, some low pressure systems. But I got some funny facts for you. I'm going to throw one on. Cats have 100 different vocal sounds, but dogs only have about 10. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting each other apart. Some ants can make themselves explode to defend their colonies. Exploding ants. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. Quite fitting, right? And cows have best friends when get stressed when separated. And turtles can breathe through their butts, but thanks to colloquial reciprocation, octopuses have 3 hearts with 1 heart dedicated solely to their brain. So
Yeah, excellent stuff. All right, thank you, Mike. Hilding Donaldson.
Calves will never be delicate and friendly, even though
we had great big thunderstorm hit Quesnel on Monday there, Hilding. It just did all kinds of chaos, flooded things out, and I really wanted to be there for it happening, but it was like taking all night to happen. I don't know if you've had anything quite that exciting, but you've had quite a bit of convective showers and nonstop stuff. You got the best hay season probably all ever going on right now, eh?
Oh yeah, we've got we're having a cycle right now where we have 1 day of hot weather, 1 day of wind and rain. 1 day of hot weather, 1 day of wind and rain, which is really good for the growth. The pasture is doing good. The cows are really really content this year. our creeks actually have water in them. Up here, we oftentimes by now our creeks will dry up and they only run in April and May. So yeah, we're feeling finally like we got some rainy weather again. But like you said, you've been pointing out there's been some pretty violent storms over in the Caribou, and I've seen pictures like in Vanderhoof and places. We haven't really gotten the heavy storms here, but we've gotten quite a lot. Like right now, there's big piles of cumulus clouds out there blowing over, but it's like they blow over a lot here because we're in the Central Plateau, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
they kind of
with you in
develop
the-
there and then move further inland and cause
Yeah.
havoc.
Well, you're there in the mountains, and that catches them, and then they disperse, right? So
It's
they
it's
blow
been raining
over
since
me.
like 2 in the afternoon here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it was thundering here when the show started. I thought it was going to start pouring rain, and now the sun came back out. And yeah, the amount of wind we have here really makes it unpredictable and blows a lot of storms right through.
Up in
Seems
grassy
like,
plains, British Columbia.
Helling, it seems like you're kind of in the same weather pattern I'm stuck in. A couple days of a nice thunderstorm, and then it's dry and cool, and then hot and sunny.
Well, I've noticed different times that it seems like the Winnipeg area has a similar type of patterns to what we have here with the wind, clouds, a little bit of precipitation, and nice hot weather, compared to some other places on the prairies that seem to get hot for weeks at a time or rain for weeks at a time.
You're on a bit of a plain there. Well, I got 2 different things, Frankie. What do you want to see? Do you want to see some Frankie videos from this week and stuff like that, and Brandon and Hank videos from this week, or do you want to see clips from 200 episodes, Frankie?
Some clips of 2 other episodes.
Okay, here we go. Clips from 200 episodes.
There's the thunder.
Oh, actually, this isn't the right one. Oh, well.
Playing now.
That's awesome.
What's up, Base Guy? This is Mike Toomey for the Eleanor Young's Downtown Sydney Rescue Group. Frankie and me went to the Whitney Pew Youth Club for over a decade.
I do know Jack Casey,
Gordy
a.k.a.
Goss, Sean Lewis, all his friends. We all hung out and we helped raise Frankie.
Hey, like
but we
this.
love you. Make sure you still stay in contact with Frankie. Check on him.
And the Base
He
Guy.
loves you, eh? He talks about you every day.
Yes.
Always call him and make sure he's okay, and he's always going to call you and make sure you're okay.
Jack Casey plays the a.k.a. Bass Guy Show. He plays the bass guitar and things like this.
Yes, we love him. We love you. We love Bass Guy. We love Spaceman. We love everybody that stands with Frankie.
If you want to check out Bass Guy Show, www.bassguyshow.com.
That's right. If you want to support the Eleanor Young's Downtown Sydney Rescue Group and help get our friends to rehab, you can follow our webpage. Thank you so much, Frankie. Have a great
Small but mighty thunderstorm just to my southwest here, pushing through the rainier area, moving kind of north. I was looking at something else, and it just flashed right there. That one spooked me.
Brandon Hoke yesterday.
All right, so that is I guess they really spooked me. But so that's this is a thunderstorm moving in right now.
I'd like to introduce Joey Ollie. Say hi, Joey Ollie.
Hi.
Say hi, Joey Ollie.
Hi, Giuliani.
I'm Frankie Dow. You listen to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Joey Ollie's a really nice guy. I'm on his podcast on YouTube channel, Caribou Weather, Joey Ollie, Caribou Weather Dude. It's with Imogen Cookie Bailey, Brandon Helk, Joe Stover, and Mark Ingalls and all those guys, and Michael from Winnipeg, Manitoba. They're the cast members of Joey Ollie's show. And Joey Ollie's a really nice guy. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM at Prince George, CKUW 95.9 FM and CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops. It's on YouTube channel, Caribou Weather Dude. Joey Ollie's a really nice guy. Joey Ollie's a big fan of Prince George Cougars. He used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. And Joey Ollie fights forest fires in the summer months. In British Columbia, he keeps an eye on forest fires and things like this. Joey Ollie's a really nice man. Best luck to him, Frank. You listen to Joey Ollie show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Joey Ollie.
Hi, Giuliani.
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, there's Hank and Jenny out in the prairie. Looking at a supercell, tornado warned. Before a school bus drives into it.
There she is.
Ah, nice looking storm, Hank.
I'd like to introduce Joey Ollie, the host of Comedeorological Weather Report. Say hi, Joey Ollie. Say hi, Joey Ollie.
Joey Ollie?
Yes.
Hi, Joey.
All right. I picked the wrong one somehow, Frankie. Picked the wrong one. See if I can make it work this time. Ready? No, I got them named wrong, I guess. I'm a terrible pre-planner, aren't I, guys? I'd do my best, but maybe they're both wrongly named, and I just yeah, I don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
Maybe I buried the clip.
You're literally like me for my radio show intros. I always get the wrong intro.
Oh, it won't let me play it. That's too big of a file, it says.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, so that's that, everybody. That's that. I'm sorry, I screwed up.
The ants just exploded.
What exploded?
Ants.
Ants explode. Oh yeah, the exploding ants.
Yep.
Fair enough.
That's what caused it.
Yep.
Sorry for my exploding ants joke. I think I was the one that destroyed the show. Blame me.
I switched microphones here. I got my friend McDonald Stainsby with me. I'm going to slide over to the camera if you want. He's from Vancouver. He's been listening in. Hey, Frankie.
Hi,
McDonald.
guys. I'm doing great so far.
Yeah, introduce yourself, McDonald.
My name's McDonald. I live in Burnaby, to be precise, and I've known Joey since just after the start of the millennium when he got out this way. Similar crowds, similar values, and he's been showing me some of the best places around here while he's been chasing storms at the same time. And enjoying learning a little more about what the clouds were actually doing while I was enjoying the weather that was not quite miserable. In fact, it was downright really nice most of the day yesterday.
Yeah, we made a pretty sweet video out of Ghost Lake. Put it on the channel. Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. McDonald talking about and climate change and things like that. That's good stuff, eh?
Yeah, spent some years living out in Alberta. My main concern out there was dealing with the tar sands project out of Edmonton. I lived out of Edmonton, but tar sands project north of McMurray over Cold Lake, Peace River, all those different areas. So it's been a while since I was doing that. So these days I'm just trying to plug into the world and see what's going on and how people are feeling.
People are feeling crazy. Crazy. Anyone got questions for Frankie McDonald this week?
Yeah.
Brandon, you got a question for Frankie. You always do.
Yes. Frankie, what was your favorite episode of the whole 200 episodes?
The original episode back in episode 1.
I never got it right since, eh?
It's like a good band.
Yeah, I hit the high there right away, first episode. I've liked a lot of them. We've had some great ones, eh? We had some great ones over the years.
Frankie?
I can't remember any of them, but I'm sure some of them were good.
Frankie, what was your favorite guest on the Weather Comedy Report out of the 200 episodes?
That means one of the guests is Imogen Cookie Bailey. She does all those dress ups and things like this.
Imogen is Frankie's favorite guest there, eh? Yeah, right on, Frankie. And yeah, that's good. Brandon Hoke, you got your question for Frankie?
That means when Monica Boyle was on your Comedeorological Weather Report, Olivier from Nunavut was on it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Olivier in a while. What's he doing?
He's going up to Inuvik Northwest Territories in the end of July. He's going to drive from Edmonton all the way up to Tuktoyaktuk.
Well, you tell Olivier to get on the show sometime. We want to see him on his travels.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon, what's your question for Frankie this week?
Oh, another question.
Oh, you already asked one.
I got a question.
Okay, Hank.
Frankie, this storm back here, is it a good storm or a bad one?
That means it's not a bad one. That means the darker clouds is a bad one that can trigger large hail.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Large hail can break windows.
Looks like one of the beneficial ones there, eh?
Yeah, I think it's a dying storm.
Ryan, you must have a question for the world's greatest Frankie McDonald.
Yes. I want to know, where should I target next weekend on the prairies?
On the next weekend in prairies, that means you got to know the weather.
Yeah. Where should he go, Frankie, you think?
gonna be. It's next weekend. Gotta avoid the storms.
Maybe just go right to Saskatchewan and park in the middle and wait, eh?
Probably. But maybe I'll find a Hank out there or a wild Jenny.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Hilden, you got a question for world famous Frankie McDonald?
Have there ever been any tornadoes that are close to you, Frankie?
They had a funnel clouds.
Mm-hmm.
That's funnel clouds there, eh? Cape Breton. McDonald, do you have any questions for the world famous Frankie McDonald?
What do the Senators need to do to take the next step next year?
They need to train more. They need a better team.
They need to be another team, right?
They need a better team, eh? Hey, Frankie, how can the world find you on the internet?
As for non-social media, my Reddit is Frankie McDonald 94. If you want to find me on social media, my Blue Sky's at Frankie MacD. My ex formerly Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My link tree is Frankie McDonald. And my Threads is at Frankie MacD 94. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. And my Instagram is Frankie MacD 94. My TikTok is Frank 94. My Clapper is Frank 94. My Twitch is Frank 94. My Snapchat is Frankie MACD1. My YouTube channel is Dogs and Wolves. And my LinkedIn is Frank McDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frank McDonald. Here's the Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Atlantic. Have a great night.
Have a great night, everybody. That's right. You're hearing us on Seaford and Prince George, CKW in Winnipeg, CFBX in Kamloops, and CHLS in Lillooet as well. And thank you, everybody. And, of course, on all your streaming platforms and whatnot. And here at Caribou Weather Dude, blah, 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 blah. On a last note, happy 200th episode, Frankie. I'm so glad we've been doing this for so long. We've done a lot of amazing things.
Episode in January 2021 during the time of restrictions. The very first Joey Ollie episode was aired.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we didn't even know what kind of show we were going to make. We just decided to start trying things, and then it just kept growing and getting better and better and better. We were even on TV for 100 episodes or more, weren't we?
Yes, that means that earlier this year, it's no longer on TV.
Yeah, it was just too much work for me. And, if they're paying me lots of money, that'd be different. I mean, I'll work all you want. Yeah. So anyways, this week we had on with us meteorologist Mark had to leave early, but he was here, of course. Ingles WX, you can find him at. And we had storm chasers with us, like Ryan Vaudelane, and we had Hank Fleister with us. Brandon Hauk, as always, the stalwart, and Mike McGregor with us, and Hilding Donaldson, of course, too. And we will be continuing on the live stream here after, watching some more clips and things like that, and shooting the breeze. But as for you radio listeners, you'll have to wait till next week to hear us again. I'm Joey Only signing off for now. That's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show. That's the show, everybody.
I just wanted to quickly mention that if
that's
you're
the show,
for...
Mike. No, that's the show. You don't get it. Brandon, that's the show.
That's the show.
That's the show, Brandon.
Wicked storms next week. Yep.
That's the show.
Oh, no.
That's the show.
We got to keep the show going.
That's the show.
It's the show. All right. And Frankie's gone just like that. All right. Well, yeah, okay. Well, now we can shoot the shit. Yeah, if you want to talk some more, feel free to join us. Whoever hangs around, talks, and talks.
I find that video you made. The clips.
Yeah, you know what happened was I accidentally exported it in 4K, and then when I went to play it through Zoom, it was like, nope. Nope. Not going to happen, so.
I'm going to look for that video.
So I did post it on my YouTube there, I think, already. But if I try to play it off the YouTube, what happened the last 2 times? My computer crashed, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to play it off there,
I'm gonna go watch it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, you could play it for everybody.
Okay. I can try to play it.
It's called
Hold on. I'm just gonna
200th episode Thursday night comedy meteorology podcast, and 24 people watched it. So they won't. It's not like we're gonna.
Let's make it. How many people are on the stream right now?
Probably 24. So we're gonna
make another
double the
24 people
viewership.
watch it. Okay.
No, the stream's going.
Okay.
Stream's going, but the recording is not.
Okay.
Oh no, that's the stream now. Okay. I'll exit out of that. Okay. I'm gonna scroll on down.
Brandon's gonna get this, folks. There's because this is some legendary clips.
Yeah. Some Legendary clips. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
like
live.
at least 2 of them are. And there's like 50 of them in there. So yeah, it's up to you to figure out which one it is. You know? Like ones that
Okay.
there was
I'm
a
gonna
few
do
that did.
shorts.
No, it's not in shorts. It's just in my videos.
Videos. Okay, I'll click videos.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Just go to videos there, and it's called 200th episode special Thursday night.
Okay. All
You
right.
know, it's got all those ones like
Hopefully I don't choke on
Loud.
popcorn here.
Hold on. You got advertisement.
Oh yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start it from the beginning. I'm gonna put it in full screen.
Are you guys ready for this?
Move this up.
Can I mention something
And then I'm gonna do
to
this.
Ryan quick
Share
though?
screen.
Yes, you can. We got nothing to do for 30 more seconds.
Looks like next weekend, Saskatchewan and Manitoba is going to light up for severe weather, so you might want to look at chasing the eastern prairies.
It's probably what will happen. We leave on the 2nd, so
All
I
right.
haven't had a chance to look next week because I've been trying to get everything done at work. But I will definitely. I have a passenger with me this time, which is going to be amazing. Will actually be able to show me or be paying attention to radar and things like that, rather than me try to do both.
That's pretty sweet.
Okay, here we go.
Sweet. Sweetest
go?
Cheesecake is our 200th episode.
There's 3 minutes of pure madness.
Here we go. We'll press play. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
There's no sound.
Oh no, he broke it.
I didn't break it. Okay, hold on. I'll find sound. Let me move this up here.
You might have to when you go to share screen. Sometimes you have to say share sound too. Oh wow. Well, see, this is all my fault for accidentally exporting this
Share
thing.
sound.
Okay. But you
I'll
can
put
watch
it over stereo.
You
Okay.
can watch the 720p video in 4K.
Try. All right. Put it over stereo. All right, let's try this one. We hear that.
No, because you got to stop sharing and then start over, and then hit share sound. Yeah.
All right.
We were so close this time.
So
we were so close. Yeah, you're gonna have to just stop sharing altogether. It's
okay. Okay, stop sharing. Why isn't that? Oh yeah.
yeah. And then when you share it gives you the share sound, right?
Yeah.
It's like this little button you have to click.
Zoom is dumb. All right. Where's
Here we go.
Oh, there it's over this screen. Okay, that's where it went.
This time for sure, yeah. They changed
Okay.
Zoom around too. That second screen screwed me up too. I was like, what's that about?
Okay.
Well, sorry, folks. We tried to make the 200th
I'm not
episode.
done yet. Hey, hold on.
Not done.
I'm gonna try this one more time.
Give him a chance, man.
Share screen one more time.
4 minutes of chance here.
Well, we've got all night. All right, here we go. I shared screen. Okay, can we hear that?
No, no. But I can mimic everybody here. Smoking good barbecue, Brandon's saying there. And here's Bubbles. Huh, Bubbles! And Tornado Siren there. Yeah. Well, we blew this segment. I'll have to remake it next week into, it's like
I'm enjoying it.
It is nice to see Bubbles and Julie in there, and Frankie's going, yeah, there you go. We almost pulled this segment off. Hopefully there's sound in it, like in real life. I never checked. Pretty sure there is. Boy, wouldn't that be a blower? Yeah, and then there's Joe. He's like, what's your favorite temperature? And Frankie's like, minus 180. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, I really screwed that up. And every storm I tried to catch this week, I didn't didn't catch it and just.
There's the cows went loose in my yard. The cows went loose and I lost them all.
Look at that! I heard myself for a second there. That was incredible. I don't know why the rest of us can't hear it. For like 1 second, you could hear it. Oh well. It was a good. So you can go to the channel anyways and watch it for a lot less complication. Actually, if you just want to go there yourself, folks, and after we're done live streaming, maybe if there's anyone still left. Oh my God, and then like, share, subscribe. By the way, yeah, hey, help us grow the channel. Woo. Well, what do you guys think for next week? Anything to talk about? What do you got? What do you guys got? Open discussion. I give up. What do you
I'm going
guys
to join
got?
you from Saskatchewan is the plan.
Are you?
Well,
Excellent.
see, if we got something crazy, maybe we can do. I can be live on the side of a highway somewhere.
I love that too. And then what happens is when someone either has a warned storm or is popping in like that, they get instant camera, right? It's like, well,
Yeah.
whatever, like Brandon's talking along, and I'm just like, sorry, Brandon, we have to cut you off right now because we got storms over there in Saskatchewan. Ryan's got one.
I'll tell you what, if I get big storms on a Thursday evening, I'll do a live video of that severe storm during the show.
We've had that, and sometimes I'm talking and Brandon's like, quiet, Joey. Hank's got a storm. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm going to do right now. So it was a really good 200. There's a lot of funny clips in there. You'll have to believe us. It was really great.
There you go.
It was pretty funny.
I got some video I can show for those that are actually can see the screen.
Can you show it out?
Yeah, from Texas.
I would love to see that shit.
Let's see here. What did I turn my video off? There we go. But hold on, I should.
And now we can cuss too because it's like not radio.
Yeah.
We can just be ourselves now.
I'm kind of seriously really mad. Another La Nina is on the way by the looks of it for the winter months.
This is what I want because it brings me crazy winds out of the Fraser Valley and gives me the occasional blizzard conditions. That's what people love to see in the lower.
Yes,
mountains.
more blizzards.
Yes, This is great, and maybe I can make it down to the Columbia Gorge again. Not complaining.
I personally
I've heard of this.
El Nino because it's warmer during the winter months here, and we get more tornadoes in Manitoba during the years following them. So I prefer El Ninos. I'm the mean guy here.
Basically, if it's another La Nina coming, I might as well find a real job. Because nothing's going to be burning.
You need an El Nino like 2015, Joey.
Yeah, so whatever. Is
those
it
big
the La
fires.
Nina you're saying is coming back? Great.
The week one, at least.
Oh, well. Gonna have to start looking for a real job.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Yes, it would.
Flip burgers for a living.
No. I'd rather prize fight. What do you got for us, Ryan?
I'm trying to have this thing share, and hold on. How do I show that's my screen. It says start broadcast. I guess that's what I need to do.
Yeah, you hit the share button down there. There you got it.
There. So now we should be able to.
Oh, there's me.
There we go. But this is insane. See all those cars? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are all storm chasers. It's insane. That's the only crazy thing down there. You do not see this in Saskatchewan where there are, and this went on for 30 miles. The cars would just keep coming past you and everybody's waving at you because they see me. Apparently I'm recognizable down there too. But that was kind of crazy. So that was in Afton on the 25th.
Here we're like, Hank bumped into Jenny. It's
yeah. Then we have the occlusion happening with this beautiful funnel, which then disappeared. We were so hoping it would produce something right then and there, but no.
Epic.
So that was fun.
Did
And
though.
that storm produced, look at this hail. This isn't my photo. We missed it. But yeah, they found this hail. It's the size of people's heads falling.
Looks like brains, even, eh?
I know. Everything's
It's like
bigger in
fucked up
Texas. It's
looking.
crazy. But then we got funnel cloud, which then turned into, so there's my time lapse, which the Weather Network loved. But you can actually see the rotation of the Scud going in. And too bad Mark's not here to hear me say Scud. He loves to post that on poor Mr. Hook's wall everywhere.
I've seen that one before.
It's been
Yeah,
kind of
you
like
can see me post it probably.
It's like a show joke we've had for quite a while. Just calling everything a scud from each other.
This, we're still not sure if it was a tornado or not.
Sure, it looks like a
It was out
nader.
in the middle of nowhere. And I was trying to do a time lapse and I didn't, so I screwed up. But this thing was trying to kill us. As you can see the flashes there, it was lightning bolts like everywhere around us. And there was a giant tree beside us. So we're like, oh, we need to move.
Well, and that fence line is lethal.
Yes, it's all lethal. Bolts are crazy. And then the hail. Like, look at the color of this thing.
Ooh.
I didn't enhance it or anything. That was the color of this thing as it got closer. Note to self, if anybody has a Yeti, those things are amazing because my buddy Jason, this is us having the mobile repairman come by to replace the radiator because we hit a Yeti cooler on the interstate.
These are awesome pictures, man.
So those things are insane. Then we had this beautiful little sculpted cloud on the way, a little bit of a Lenny type thing. Ended up, that's just Wheeler. There's friend's place. Now we get to this. I love structure. There was a little funnel trying to go on, but here we go. Check this thing out.
Yeah, it's epic.
This thing was amazing.
Wow.
And I always tell people, especially that are from like Vancouver or whatever, I said, you can't imagine how big this thing is when it's coming at you because this is.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be in person to truly understand.
Yes.
How massive they look.
Like the cloud tops on this thing were 60,000 feet high. And I'm like, so your plane is at 35,000 feet. It's almost double that. When it's coming at you. So I got a nice little, I got a better one than that. Where's my better pano? Here we go. As it was getting a little closer, a little bit more structured. Spaceship coming at us. And then this was coming at us, and then there was road construction ahead of us, and we had to deal with a traffic light because it was one way, and this thing is approaching, and we're like, oh my goodness, we want to get ahead of it because we didn't have the vehicle that lost the radiator. We had poor Jason's brand new Explorer, so we were like, we need to get out.
That is amazing.
That was storm.
That is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh!
This thing was I loved it. It was amazing. So that was cool. And then this was my video, and I don't know if you can hear the sound. Let's see. Hold on. Whoop, go the other way. This was my 500,000 view video. No, see, it doesn't play when you're on.
I can hear it.
Oh, you can. So yeah, that was 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally it would be broad daylight. You can see all the dust that kicked up ahead, and there was a tornado in there.
Like looks like something on a Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, it was insane. And this thing was blowing dust like crazy. So it turned into a bit of a haboob afterwards.
That was middle of the day?
That was middle of the day.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 6 o'clock. And sunset even down there isn't until 9. So yeah, it was crazy. And it felt like the whole Twisters movie in this day, where everybody in the town, when we were trying to get gas, they were closing everything up. And people that were commenting in the town afterwards that they couldn't actually, they tried to get in the store for shelter, and everything was closed. Everything was locked up. But yeah, and that was a little later on. You can see it's brown underneath. It's all full of dust.
Wow.
Oh.
And then this was fun. This cool little supercell in the middle of nowhere had this weird little structure on it, and it tried to produce a tornado earlier.
How long did that last?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, this lasted for about an hour.
More than I figured.
Yeah. That was an hour long. And unfortunately, my Insta360 was covered in dust, so I didn't really get really good footage of that, unfortunately. And then, of course, I had the opportunity at the end to go visit with Reed.
That's so legend.
And got to see Dom 1 and 2 parked in his garage.
Wow.
And then the actual Dominator 3. And then Dominator 4 was outside, but Reed lost his keys.
Wow.
Dominator.
He's
4 is just a
famous.
car, yeah.
Yeah. So
He's famous for losing his wallet.
So when we drove up, he was driving in on this, and he went to go pick up a pair of shoes. I'm like, so you're just driving the Dom 3 to pick up shoes? He's like, yep.
In the early days when he was on TV a lot, he used to lose his wallet and his phone constant.
Yeah. So this is why he has
Oh,
handlers.
geez, that car is just battered.
Well, he's kept the hood because Dom 4.
That's a lot of hail.
For those that don't remember, down in just outside of Tampa Bay during one of the Cat 4 hurricanes that came ashore in the Bend area of Florida.
Last October or something, eh?
Yeah. So he kept the hood off of that one and bought this one and then replaced the hood and put the OG hood from Dom 4.
Nice.
Yeah. But now he doesn't have the keys for this, so it sits there. He can find them again. But yeah, and then this was my departure, which was cool. We had to bank and avoid this supercell on our way out that was chucking baseball-sized hail just to the south of Dallas. So that was pretty cool.
What part of the world were you flying over there?
That was just south of Dallas.
Ah.
I was just leaving the airport. There was the airport then. So you can see the storm still there on the left of this photo. And this is what it looked like a little later on. Because it kept growing. And then there was this little thing that tried. It looked like this hand reaching up.
It's like giving you the middle finger or something.
I know, kind of.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So
it's like it's like a weird statue coming out of it that's giving you the middle finger.
Yeah, a weird little updraft.
It's like two middle fingers things.
Something like that. There's my show and tell from my Texas trip. And then there's me and my buddy Jason, who we were storm chasing with. And this this is like their little Badlands kind of scenario down just outside of Abilene. Aladuro Canyon State Park.
We're so lucky to have you share that, man.
Yeah.
It was so much of Arizona, like that landscape there. I remember going to Arizona when I was a kid, and just the way that it's all set up, it's so much similar to their hills they have down there, especially Superstition Mountain.
Yeah, and we were very lucky. Most of it's like even this one where I did this brief time lapse is our storm motions were nice that we didn't have to be jumping out of the car for 2 minutes and then having to go running again. We actually had time to take some video and that sort of thing. So,
well, that's the nice thing about slow moving storms as well, is it allows you to give tornado warnings to people and they have a bit of time.
Yeah.
It's like the storm's moving 70 kilometers an hour. It's like, look out. You can't get the warnings out fast enough as it's moving.
Exactly.
Whereas like the other day when that one was tornado warning in Saskatchewan, we had like an hour to talk about it, eh, Brandon? Oh, he's gone.
I made sure while I was out there, I had Canadian stuff with me, and I made sure I handed it out while I was. So this is Jordan Hall, for those that don't know, and I gave him a thing of Tim Hortons coffee.
Nice.
Yes.
What kind of wildlife did you see down there?
I didn't see any wildlife.
Snakes?
No, I didn't see any snakes because I would have tried to find one to put in my mouth and tag Mike Scantlin. I did find this beaver thing though.
Oh, they got beavers there.
Bucky's.
What about Republicans? Speaking of wild animals,
You know what? I saw fewer signs for Trump in Texas than I saw F Trudeau signs in Alberta. So
Makes sense to me.
I'm not sure if that comforts me.
I don't know either, but yeah.
Like how many fuck Trudeau signs did you see?
Right? Oh, in Alberta, tons.
I saw 5 more than I saw Trump signs in Texas.
Yeah.
1 million fuck Trudeau signs.
Saskatchewan, rural Saskatchewan people generally do not like Trudeau either, but the signs, fuck Trudeau, that's Alberta thing for some reason.
I know.
I don't see it out here.
No, you don't see it in Saskatchewan, just Alberta.
Yeah, there's a bit of it in BC here, like now. For people who
You
probably
see a
work
lot
in
of it
Saskatchewan.
in Manitoba.
I don't have my video here. This is actually a tornado here too, but you can't see the ground circulation.
I believe you. He just shows it really quick. There's a tornado, trust me.
There it is, trust me. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and here's our other one. Where's our other one? No, I didn't get any good video from this one. I got a lightning bolt from that. That sucks. That's horrible. Stopped at Loves. They tagged them. Yeah, there's nothing very exciting in that video. And there's some of our other. That was the trip beforehand. But I didn't get it. I don't have anything favorited in here. That's why. But yeah, there we go. That was my trip. But yeah, crazy amount of storm chasers.
That's so awesome. Yeah.
Right, I'll stop boring you with my screen now.
We
Did
love
you
it.
get to see the Dominator while you were down there?
Yeah, didn't you see it? Hold on.
I must have missed it.
Let's go back here. Hold on. I certainly did, but I didn't see it going anywhere. I saw it where it was parked.
Oh yeah,
there.
I remember seeing that in 2012. The guys were chasing in southwest Manitoba.
Oh, you may have seen one of the OG ones then.
The original
Dominator.
There's the OG ones too. There's Dominator.
Yeah, those are
Dominator 2.
the one on left is the one that I saw back in 2012.
There you go. It still exists.
It's incredible. Still sitting there.
Oh yeah.
Collecting dust.
How many tornadoes have hit that thing?
I never asked. I'd
like to know that. I've seen a lot of videos of him in a tornado.
Yes. Did you see the one down in was it Mississippi or Alabama? One of the two just recently?
I don't know. What was it?
That was crazy. Where they actually 0-metered a tornado in the Dominator 3.
Oh yeah, we flipped it around.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I have not seen that video yet. Can someone send it to me?
So for the people who don't know, or maybe even for you, so what the Dominator does is it when they park it, they try to park on something earthy, not on the highway, and then they lower its suspension so the tires come up so it like sinks onto the ground. The thing's like 15,000 pounds, and then it has like spikes that stick into the ground. So this thing cannot be easily moved. The wind can't get underneath it to flip it over. And they've parked in, I don't know if they want to go much more than an F3 tornado, but they've parked in some pretty strong tornadoes and taken direct hits all the time on Reed Timmer's channel or whatever he's doing. They made a TV show on Discovery Channel about it, right?
Yeah. The last one actually was really good because they
There's
did
another vehicle they call a TIV, Tornado Intercept Vehicle, which is also built maybe even better than Dominator for surviving strong winds like that. I don't know which one's the better one.
I saw the
I
TIV
remember
out
seeing
there
that
too.
show Storm Chasers with a tornado intercept vehicle. Tim Samaras and Sean, I think they did a thing years back. There's a series that was on until about 2011. It might be on YouTube still, but
That's
the
'cause Tim
tornado
Samaras
intercept
got
vehicle
killed.
is literally the best tornado vehicle I've seen.
That was one of my tornadoes right here. You can't. There's the ground. There's like this dust thing going on ahead of it, but it's right there at the back end.
Right. Yeah, clearly.
But yeah, then the video went all. I was having problems focusing because I went and tried to go dark, and then. But yeah, I won't complain about my video editing, my video skills.
Reed's Dominator was famously tested by Mythbusters crew one time.
Oh, was it?
And it did quite well. They tested it with a jet engine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's interesting. I had never seen that one, Hank. So yeah, a million storm chasers, eh? That's kind of a clusterfuck.
Oh yeah,
That's one thing.
There was one moment where it was a little crazy where you were watching. This was before that same day too. Hoping this would spin to something.
When I park on a mountain here and film something, I never see anybody. It's so lonely.
Not there. Not there. I'm sure I have the screen grab somewhere of all of the things that I took. All of the. Well, that's boring. But yeah. Oh, nighttime was fun too.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get going. It's nice to have you all, and quite tired. I'm gonna get to bed.
Good night, Mike. There. Happy 200th episode to you.
Yeah, congratulations, Joey. You did a lot of hard work. Even though I arrived closer to a 200th episode, I think there's room for 100 more or more.
Yeah, a lot more. We'll be at her. Eventually, people will like it. Even.
Aim for 1,000. Go for 1,000. Like Armin, he's got 12,030 episodes now. So
didn't really catch a storm this week, but I still got some nice time lapse.
That's beautiful.
McDonald and I were out at Ghost Lake there, and out here in the mountains. You would love it here, Hank. You want to go for some hiking sometime? Come here next time.
I know you say that, but it is a long drive, man. I have never been to the Wells vicinity. I've been to Revelstoke and then, of course, driven through across to Vancouver Island, but Wells, no, I have not been up there.
It
Not
certainly
many
does.
people have.
It certainly does add like 4 or 5 hours minimum, I'm sure, to where you're going in the Rockies by the time you go like Jasper to Prince George and then down to Quesnel. But yeah, no tourists really out there that day. Just mountain, no park gate or nothing. Of course, some of the mountain hikes I have to go on. There's like this bushwhacking, right, to get to the ridge line. But
the way the years fly by, I'll probably be retired before I even freaking know it, and I'll come out and visit you.
have to wait till you're retired, like next year. What was this one?
It's here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I don't remember what day it is. I think this was last night. Yes. Gentle, beautiful evening. Not that exciting. There was some like stormy stuff going south of us, but that's not the one I was looking for. It's not that exciting.
That's pretty exciting.
So
It's beautiful though.
All time lapses are awesome. Like when it comes to
my phone
clouds,
takes better time lapses than my good camera now. I don't know why, but it definitely I've analyzed it. It's better on my phone.
This was today here. Start off, nice day here. And then, psych, it's not a nice day. What are you talking about?
No, you got a 22-degree halo in there too.
Yep.
It's funny how they come out a little bit to the right, and then they get swept to the left.
Woof. And then it rained for hours. It's raining right now, as a matter of fact.
It's okay. A rain a day keeps the smoke away. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna have to find a real job soon.
Yes. We want fire for you, but we don't want fire. It's a conundrum here.
Like, a couple fires somewhere where it doesn't matter. That'd be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we want.
Well, I was talking to
a tornado over an empty field.
Exactly right. Well, I was talking to my buddy who's a crew leader in wildfire service, and he's like asking, "Where's the rain and whatnot? Or where's the heat? Right? When are we going to get some firework?" Because like his crew hadn't been out either. And then I was saying like to him how it's a bad thing sometimes because what happens is people have to get real jobs. Like I'm kind of being tongue in cheek about I'm gonna have to get a real job, but if we have a couple bad seasons in a row, it's like, what am I doing just sitting around waiting for work? That's not going to happen, right? So, I mean, I don't have a work truck parked here yet, even as it is. Here's yesterday up on top of Island Mountain, beautiful one. So what happened is in 2019 and 2020, we had a lot of rain and we didn't have a lot of fire activity. And then a lot of people went and got new jobs. And by the time 2021 came together, there was a lot of inexperienced crews across the board, or a lot of crews that had 2 people with experience, but 3 who didn't really have a lot. And, and it feels to me like the best thing for everybody physically, mentally, financially, and also in terms of having crews that are every year employed and going out and want to be out there and work and not just sitting on standby for 90 days if they're on a initial attack kind of call or whatever, right? So, a couple here and there out in the wilderness, not doing much. It's good for the environment. Forest needs to burn. It's all going to burn. So it's better to have it burn a little every year instead of having big years where it burns a lot. Well, we know it's not going to work that way. It's like all or nothing, right? It's all or nothing.
It's the way.
That's the
But
tough.
it's been a lot of all lately, the past several years, it seems. So
That's the show.
It's been a lot, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to peace out here. That said, catch me out on the prairies starting on July. Well, I'll be heading to the prairies on July the 2nd. I don't have much time this time, unfortunately, but we're going to make it a good time. And we'll try and see if we can stop in Brooks, maybe somewhere along the way, because I'm not staying in Calgary because it's too freaking expensive.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, he's got a great yard for, pitching tents in, and he got a couple spare couches there, Brandon was telling me, and
I might, yeah.
Said his family likes cooking for strangers, and
oh, there we go.
that's what Brandon told me.
That's the Vancouver and Washingtonian, and we'll be coming by. So,
Brandon, my normal chase partner, Cynthia, she had some of her plants freeze in Saskatoon this week.
Yeah.
Her plants in her yard. She said it got down to -1 one of those nights. And the funny thing is, here in Wilkie, not too far away, it was +5. But down over there in Saskatoon, it was -1.
Well, and that was crazy too. That was going on while there was the heat dome in Ontario. That was making ridiculous storms and roads washing out and trees killing people, and
it's all about that. It's all about that seesaw. If it's hot out there, it tends to be cold out west. So
it sucks.
Yeah, but our heat's coming. It'll be here.
Oh yeah,
it'll be here, folks. It'll be here. Well,
alrighty. Speaking of who won't be here now is me. I'm peacing out. We'll see you guys soon.
I think that's all of us say. That's the show, hey guys.
Yeah.
That's the show. Yeah, Hank's gone. Hank's out of here. Ryan's out of here. Brandon, you're out of here too, aren't you? You got to go to. You got to wake up at 4 a.m. and do radio.
That's gross.
Yeah.
All right. I'll find you guys all under a mezzo next Thursday.
Hildy's got to get up and feed the cows. So.
Well, I have one thing I wanted to mention to you yet, Joey.
Okay, please do.
I when I was up in Fort St. John, I had the opportunity to get myself a Galaxy 25S.
Good.
The newest phone, and it has night vision camera.
What?
Yeah, the Galaxy 25S now has a night vision camera that's better than an iPhone. So
okay, I lose.
I haven't tried it out yet, but they say it's supposed to be better than an iPhone. I don't know.
Well, go spy on them psycho neighbors.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, go up in the pasture field and climb a tree and take pictures at night, huh?
Yeah, get into a ghillie suit there.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited about some night storms and things, getting some good cloud pictures and things now.
That's epic.
Hopefully, it works.
Yeah,
out.
well, you needed a better camera, so.
Yeah.
You just had your ass kicked by life a little, so treat yourself, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what happens. You got goods and bads, you got to take them both. But yeah, I managed to take that one when it came, and it helped out me a lot. And I got this fast, high-speed computer now. I just have to get get a way to pay online again. I lost my credit card, so I have to get a way to pay online, and then I can buy an editing program, and then I'll be putting up a whole bunch of video.
Excellent.
Hopefully,
Right
my
on.
video channel will take off then. So watch for that in a couple weeks here.
Well, I miss you, buddy. If it was the old days, we'd be sitting around here for the
Yeah.
Art Girls weekend, but instead I just want to get the hell out of town and be away from these weirdos.
Yeah, no, I know it's. I look at their new stuff on Art Spells. I'm just not interested in coming because it's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, they'll learn. They'll learn.
Oh, well. Yeah, one of these years, something will happen.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. But, oh well.
Yeah.
That's me. That's the show. At least
Okay.
we survived 200 episodes. That's next
Yeah.
week. No, nothing can stop us. That's right. And it was like I liked being on TV back in the, but it was like we had to, not. There's so many things we couldn't do.
Yeah, no, we're much freer this way, and we seem to be picking up on views now. So,
That's right.
I think it's gonna build up and turn into something. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time we used to say "fuck the government," they'd be like, "No, we can't air your show on Rogers TV." Like,
Yeah. No, I think we're getting somewhere now.
well, let's hope so, buddy. Love you, Hilding. Miss you, man.
Okay. You have
All
a
right.
good one.
That's the show. And bye, McDonald.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah, we'll keep talking.